Welcome back. I haven't worn a Columbus jersey in a while. Anyways, Columbus in the news. They have claimed Spencer Martin from the Canucks on waivers. So Spencer Martin, a goaltender who was overextended by the Canucks last year, but he can play as a backup. And so Columbus brings him in, which by my count means they've got three goaltenders, including Tarasov and Merzlikins. So at some point in time, I would expect Martin to probably end up back on waivers. But things get complicated from there because if they did place him on waivers, the Canucks then have the rights to take him first. They have the rights to take him back. And this does complicate things if a team wants to trade for Martin because now he has not cleared waivers. So you would have to waive him if you traded for him. So we'll see what happens with Spencer Martin, but he is now off the Vancouver Canucks roster. He's now in Columbus's, at least for now. We'll see how long that goes on. Today's waiver wire news, and everybody else from yesterday cleared. All those players already sent to the AHL. The Colorado Avalanche waived Keaton Middleton and Spencer Smallman. The New York Rangers have done what Pittsburgh did yesterday and just decided to put a bunch of guys on waivers. They've waived Alex Belzile. I'm a little bit surprised, but not really. I mean, Belzile is a guy who can play fourth line minutes. I wouldn't be surprised if he got picked up by a team that thinks that he could help their fourth line. Turner Elson, Anton Bleed, Ty Emberson, Connor Mackey, formerly of the Flames, and Riley Nash, formerly of the Maple Leafs, as well as various other teams around the NHL. So Riley Nash probably clears. I think the one for the Rangers that might get claimed would be Belzile. The St. Louis Blues have waived Adam Gaudette. So Gaudette, a player who has found himself in the AHL now for the last couple of years. We'll see how he does in the AHL. I don't think he gets claimed either. And New Jersey waives Tyler Wotherspoon. So Wotherspoon, Gaudette, two examples of guys who've been waived in previous seasons and did manage to clear waivers to go down. Tampa Bay, Logan Brown is out. It's an undisclosed injury at this point, as far as I can tell, but he's out indefinitely. So Logan Brown looking to bounce back from a bit of an off year with St. Louis last year. That will definitely be hindered by his injury. And then the question becomes one of what they're going to do with Vasilevsky. Now, John Cooper has said he has full faith in the team being able to cover for that. Stamkos has come out and said they all have to step up. They all have to, just do their best because without Vasilevsky, that does make a huge difference, but they figure they can make up for it. All the things the teams are going to say. You're not going to see a guy sitting there in his stall with a bunch of empty shot glasses around him going, I don't know what we're going to do. I've been up all night thinking about it. It's not going to happen. So there won't be any panic that you can see from anybody. Now, there were rumors that Tampa Bay might have been in on Martin. There were other teams that may very well have been in on Martin. My guess is he had to clear waivers, and then a trade would take place. So Columbus wouldn't pick him up for that reason because he'd have to clear waivers. And if they waive him, he'd end up back in Vancouver, in all likelihood, because then they have the rights to him. But at any rate, the question then becomes one of, if Tampa Bay can't find a goaltender on the cheap that they feel like can help them right now, does Hugo Alnefelt get a shot at being part of a tandem with Jonas Johansson? And then we get into the whole discussion of, would a tandem of Johansson and Alnefelt automatically put them as like a bottom five tandem in the NHL? And what does Tampa Bay do? And I've seen the questions of what this does to their playoff chances. I know in the Athletic, they said it was a 13% hit on their playoff chances with this injury. And again, keep in mind that teams that start the season well usually will make the playoffs. Teams that have a hard time out of the gate will have a hard time making the playoffs. Tampa Bay, the last time they missed the playoffs, it was a slow start. It was a rough go for them. They did pick it up at the end of the season and narrowly missed the playoffs at the very end of it. So for Tampa Bay, we'll see what they do and how they resolve this goaltending situation they find themselves in. And then last item on the board, with Martin gone, this does mean that there's one less contract that they have on the books. Which takes them down to 45 contracts. You can have 50 contracts as an NHL team. And then it becomes a question of, okay, so Shilovs is going to be the starter in Abbotsford. We knew this anyways. But with Martin gone, who then is his battery mate? There's a couple of ways the Canucks could go with this. They could, sign somebody that they bring in. It could be another young goaltender. Or they could take on a loan from another team, which is the less likely option. But I know Carolina doesn't have an AHL affiliate, so there's that, right? Where you could say, we have this opening on our roster. It's not ideal to do that. to have a player from another organization playing on your AHL team. But it does happen. So we'll see what the Canucks do with that one spot opened up, and whether or not they fill that spot quickly, or what happens to with Spencer Martin with Columbus. I'll be interested to see what happens. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.